Hey guys, it's Emil from Clockwork Money Team here with another quick video, this time about walls, order walls. What are they, how to spot them, and how to use them to your advantage. As always, this is not financial advice. You're 100% responsible of all your financial decisions. Do your own due diligence. So, in general terms, a wall is really a set of orders that has been put at a limit price. Somebody has put a huge amount of orders at a limit price of a stock that is waiting to be filled. However, that might be. So a 60 wall would mean 600 shares are waiting to be bought. One wall would be 10 shares. So you always have to go down a bit. So when you see these kinds of walls, usually they are very close to support levels or resistance levels. So somebody is basically betting that the stock is going to bounce off that level. So he's buying shares limit at that level or selling at that level, thinking that it's going to go through that level. So if it breaks that resistance or support, you're either getting in or getting out. Usually these are key indicators about a big support or resistance, as I mentioned, not the only indicator because sometimes they can be spoofs, as we will see later. If we were to see a wall on the bid, it would mean somebody is ready to fill to the downside. So if we see a 2300 wall or a 23, I'll take this example. If we see a 2 wall right here, that means somebody is ready to sell his shares at this price if the stock of Tesla, in this case, crosses that level. So if somebody sells at that level, it will usually create a bit of momentum and insinuate that the stock will go further down, creating, as I said, a bit of momentum, people getting in. So on the bid. If we see the wall on the ask, usually it's towards the upside. So that means somebody is ready to buy a 600 shares if the wall, or sorry, if the stock breaks this price. So if we go to this price, it goes through, the limit order will be filled. Same thing on the bid. The bid is for the downside, most likely, and the wall to the upside would be on the ask side, if that makes sense. Now, there are no real explicit ways to determine if a wall is a spoof, fake, or real. One of the ways you can see if it's real is when you see that the wall appears, check on times and sales, because walls are seen only on level 2, important to mention. So if there are orders coming in on times and sales at a certain price similar to this one, it might mean that the wall is real. Sometimes the exchange will be a good indicator. If you see an exchange that has no name, or it's a name that you have never seen before, it might be a fake, a spoof. Some market makers make it that way just to make you think there's a wall and it'll go forward. Another good way is, well, not a good way, not the best way, but if you see that the wall is technically broken, the level on the stock gets broken here, but there's no momentum, there's no continuation, and the wall is still there, sometimes it'll simply mean that the wall was never real. Other times, the wall will move constantly. They can move their walls a couple levels, a couple dollars on the stock. So that means it's an active wall. But other than that, the only real way to see if the wall is a fact or just a spoof is really just by seeing the momentum and the way the level breaks at which the limit is. Because the bigger the wall, the bigger the number of orders will be filled, which should create the bigger momentum, bigger movement in the price of the stock, whichever you're looking at. So to quickly recap, a wall is a set of limit of orders set at a limit price getting ready to get filled. Usually a good number of orders. If you, the bigger the wall, bigger the number here, the bigger of orders are getting ready to be bought or sold. Usually when the wall is on the ask, it's somebody that's ready to buy shares at a limit price. And when the wall is on the bid, it's somebody that's getting ready to sell shares at a limit price. Uh, Walls can be real, walls can be spoofed, so just be careful about that. And to be honest, that's pretty much it. If you'd like to join the team, at Clockwork Money on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And if you have any questions, put them in the commentaries down below. Looking forward to answering those. And good trading to you all.